Post your link. Post my link. Okay, there it is.
You gonna do it for me? I'll do it.
Yeah. That's what's called a delayed response. Not cheating.
We live. Come say hi and bring your own music. How's it going, everybody? I'm Drifty from Driftwood Gaming, and I am joined with T. She'll be here in and out.
Hello.
Taking care of the babby off and on. She's asleep now, so when she wakes up, T will go away. Hey, Renzo, how you doing? Renzo is the true first because T cheated.
I never cheat.
She knew exactly when I hit live, and then she went to the live stream and said first in all caps.
I don't
little
cheat.
Cheaty, don't do things.
No, I never do that. No.
Okay, so the first thing I'm doing right now is updating the Iberroot cutscene. So when you walk in here, it just kind of like plays a show text without any like event or anything, and then I go through the trouble of making a nice little cutscene over here. But it does like it's always bothered me, so I'm fixing it. So I already started working on it before the stream started. I'm gonna do a fade out, turn the transparency on, wait a third of a second, toggle a switch, and we're gonna come back to this. At the end of this, we'll turn that switch off. So let's go ahead and control a switch. And that lets me like put some movement events going on here. We know who's going to be in the party at this point. Hey ZL, how you doing? Just wanted to ask if you've seen Infinity Train. Have you heard of Infinity Train?
Nope. Never heard of it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess we'll go like this. We'll make an event here that's going to represent our guide, Lydia. Lydia. And she will be visible when the Iberroot Cave CS update switch is on. She's going to be set to through, that way the player can walk right through her. We're going to copy this, paste this, and change the image graphic to be one for Driftwood.
I need a plugin.
You need a plugin?
I need a plugin.
Which one?
Yanfly Movement Route Core.
Yes. Yes, you do. That's a good plugin.
Yeah.
And we copy this, we paste this, and this is going to be Arturus. New one for Artie. And there we go. So the player will be right here where Arturus is at, but the player is transparent. Hey Crystal Assassin, how are you doing? Renzo says Infinity Train is a series about a girl that's on a train, but every wagon is a different world, and the train is endless. That's interesting. Like procedurally generated. Is it like Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario for the Nintendo 64, where you jump into the pictures, but instead of there being pictures, there's wagons? And every picture is a different world. The player will be here, so right off the bat, we need to have them all move up, up, up. That could start a combat, though, I think. So we're just going to... Will it? Are you restreaming to YouTube? Possibly. Can you get an encounter through a movement route? Like a random encounter? Will that trigger during a movement?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know.
I don't think so, but like in the off chance that that happens...
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Because it's a sequence, right? Alright, so we're gonna say that it can't happen, and then if it does, I'll figure out what to do about it. So inside of our auto run, we'll have some movement routes first. We will fade in the screen. We will wait another 20 frames, and then we'll do a movement route on Lydia. She's going to simply move up 4 times and then turn down.
Turn down for what?
No, we're not going to do that. No, wait for completion. And Driftwood will move up, 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 and maybe to the right. Yeah, move right, and then turn left. Our tourist will just go up, up, up. We do want to include some arbitrary weights inside of here. So let's do like 27 frames before he starts moving. Right here, we'll do 15 frames before he starts moving, and Lydia will kind of just start immediately. And then we're going to copy this and have the player move up let's say 40 frames. But the player's going to move up more. 3. So that's 6, let's say 7 up. So the player will be teleported here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just to offset it a little bit. And we could have the text on the top. Let's make all the text on the top. Top. Tippity. Toopity. Toppity boppity. What are you guys listening to today? What kind of tunes are you listening to in the background? Do you guys listen to music while you work on your project? Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
I'm listening to my favorite YouTuber.
Ah. Hey Shivetto. Hey Shadow Lord. Can anyone tell me where to get a script for an arcade-style space shooter game, but that I can use for commercial use? You mean like inside of RPG Maker MV? Or you mean just a game code for a game? Like a mini-game space shooter? Renzo says he listens to 80s synth. Hey Volpe. Okay, so we'll have some moving up stuff happening here. Yada yada, they say their things. And then at the end, before we turn the switch off, we need to fade out the screen, wait 20 frames, turn transparency off, and then we toggle the switch, and then we fade in the screen, and control the switch. We need to teleport the player, we need to transfer the player before the fade in, so we transfer the player back to here, because remember we moved the player up 7. So we'll put the player back here. Facing up. and then fade in the screen. Actually, let's do that and then wait 20 frames. We gotta test this though, so I'll have to make a custom starting spot. Chill, blackmail, amazing, relaxing music, says Shabeto Sobre. Epic, mighty in a cloud, hello. ZL listens to a little of everything, mostly metal or movie soundtracks, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. That's cool. If you guys have any questions about the engine, feel free to let me know. I may not have all the answers, but I can help you research. So we fade in, we turn the self switch, which will toggle this, and also turns off the switch that turns these little events back to nothing. Shadowlord says, in RPG Maker. I did see it before, but I can't remember who created the script. It's to create a platform space shooter, like 1942 style. I remember that game on Nintendo. That was a fun little game. But it wasn't a space shooter, but it was just like an airplane shooter. But it was the same style of game. The theme didn't really make the difference in the gameplay mechanics. Another game I played, Shadowlord, that was something similar to what you're talking about. It's called Tyrian or Tyrian, something like that. That was a cool little game. I first got that game out of a CD from PC Gamer, like a demo CD that had like 20 or 30 demos on it, and it had a bunch of different demos. And now they give that game away for free. Hey, Skepsis. Do you know a plugin that lets you write things down so that you can look at it later? Like while you're in the game, Renzo? Like a in-game notepad? I don't know. I don't think so.
Yes. Like
Ooh.
sketching. A plugin was just released if you wanted to do like a drawing type sketch notepad thing. But I don't think you can type in it.
Like that's for drawing and stuff, huh?
For drawing, yeah, but you could take notes with it too. But it's
not for like typing a paragraph.
Not for typing, yeah.
A notepad. You know what you could do is have just have Windows Notepad open, or Sublime, or Notepad plus or something. If you just wanted to take notes, or a pen and paper on hand. I mean, that's the classic way that you would do notes, right? You'd not in game, but out of the game, pen and paper style. Excuse me. Okay, so let's test out this little event change. I'll have to toggle some switches in the game. So at this point in the game, we wouldn't have Tiana, we would have Lydia first, then we would have Driftwood, and then we would have Arturus. And we don't want to start we don't want to start transparent. Hit apply. Hit OK. And then start the player right outside, right here. And then I would have to toggle a switch. Let's see which one it's looking for. This is in parallel right here, and this is a switch 14. So just turn on switch 14 and it should trigger the event. Hey DVD, you love the daily stream? That's cool. I'm glad that somebody wants to watch me work on an RPG Maker project, because I need to do it anyway. I think when I stream while I'm working, I get more work done, as strange as that sounds. But, you know, you get distracted by the stream a lot, but it's a problem of motivation.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if somebody's watching me, I better not waste as much time as I normally would waste. Yeah, I think that's got something to do with it.
Probably.
Chaos, what's up? How you doing?
I'm trying very, very hard to get a little cutscene in for the contest, even though I can't win. I just want to throw something in there.
Yeah.
But it's so bad. I'm so bad.
Like actually getting work done.
Yeah. I have very little time to do it. When I have time, I just want to read everybody's Discord and look at Facebook.
Other distractions. Oh, I forgot to toggle the go through puberty. Forgot to go through puberty. I forgot to toggle the debug. We gotta turn this switch on since we're just testing the cutscene. So we have a little bit of camera movement. I guess that works fine. The text on top looks better for sure. We need Arturus and the player. Maybe not the player. We need Arturus and Drifty to move up one more. Yep, that looks good. Now I think the players for where the camera's at works fine, but we need to change. This one can move up again, move up, and this one can move up more. Everything else seemed to be fine. Chaos says that he likes watching me work in RPG Maker. That's cool. Thank you so much for watching, Chaos. It's good to see you, my friend. He says, "What's up? How are you and the family doing?" We're doing great. We are, it's a struggle trying to maintain your work and while at the same time raising a baby. And I think in America, there's not enough paid work time and paid leave, and really I think there needs to be more. It's a problem in the United States. In other countries, women get treated so much better when they're having a baby.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I don't know how we got on that subject. We're doing great. I need to toggle a switch.
Lily has decided as of late that she doesn't want to have anything to do with the bottle, so when I leave home, it makes things interesting.
Yeah.
I've read that, I guess after 3 months, they go from, automatically sucking on a bottle to having to consciously do it, and since she doesn't get it very often, apparently she doesn't know how.
They have to relearn.
They have to, relearn, yeah.
Because at first, it's an instinct,
mm-hmm.
and they're not thinking about it. Their body's doing it as a survival mechanism, but after a certain point, they lose that instinct survival mechanism, and they have to actually learn the process of how to eat out of a bottle.
Yeah.
Unless they're just given a bottle every day, but
right.
she's breastfed. She's always been breastfed.
Yeah.
And so you pump, T pumps milk, and that goes into bottles.
Yeah. So when I'm at work.
Yeah.
But poor Drifty has to deal with a very angry, hungry baby that won't take a bottle.
Sometimes. Today she was fantastic, and most days she's really good. Some days she just gets mad at me, and she's like, "I'm hungry." She doesn't talk, obviously, she's 4 months old, but my assumption is, of course, she hasn't ate yet, and she needs to eat at this point. And she's like, "What are you putting in my mouth? What's this nonsense? What's this sorcery?" Screaming at me, and I'm like, "Okay, well, let's wait a second. Let's move you. Let's try another angle. Let's try to. All right, what if I put a little bit on your lip and then you taste it?" And
mm-hmm.
I tried to get a spoon too, and put a spoon on her upper lip with a spoonful of breast milk, and that seems to work too.
Yeah.
But very, very slowly, because and plus I gotta swaddle her, wrap her up.
Yeah, because she'll punch it out of your hand.
Yeah, she'll swat it. She'll spill it all over herself. She's adorable. I love her so much. She makes my life worth living. She gives me an actual purpose that's greater than all of this other stuff, and it makes me very happy. So yeah, I'm doing really good. Thanks for asking, Chaos. How are you doing? Drifty, don't anger the baby. I know. I heard that the baby only wants to eat what you're eating. She does follow with her eyes. When I like take a spoonful of soup or something, she'll follow that. There, we fixed that cutscene. Let's move on. That looks great. That was really good. And she finds it fascinating when I eat in front of her, or anybody eats in front of her. She likes to watch people eat food, and then she smiles and she gets a kick out of it because it's like it's still new and fascinating to her. Babies are so cool. I was actually expecting more, like, oh, it's going to be a lot of work. And it is, it's a ton of work, don't get me wrong. But I was expecting more fits and crying, and she's such a good girl. We got really lucky.
Yeah, she's
such a good girl.
She is. Hardly cries.
She yells a lot now.
Yeah.
She's like finding her voice and yelling a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't want to derail this live stream too much with talks of my baby. I know some people that would be bothered by that. What's the next thing we need to do? I wanted to touch up that cutscene for a long time. I finally did. It took me like 5 minutes of actual work. So I'm happy with that. We can go back and fix the starting position things again. So this, you're supposed to start with Tiana and transparent, and you're supposed to start on this map right here. There we go. So we can load the game, continue to test the strength and efficiency of the newer skills, the higher level skills. Continue to add new creatures. That's an important thing. I need to add a lot more creatures. Maybe add a few today. Let's try to do 2 or 3, and then if I get more, that's good. If not, whatever.
Wolfie says they need to hear more baby stories.
More baby stories.
All the baby stories.
All the baby stories. I would like to add a little map for this tent. I want to link up a couple of the caves, because I have some cave maps that are not really used. They're buried away in the back of the forest area, which I'm going to remove them from that spot and put them linking from the world map. So I buffed Vampiric Aura. It only takes 5% of your max HP now. I'm going to try to capture them. Also, I had an interesting... Well, it wasn't my idea. It was T's idea, actually. And it's a trolley idea. But I like it, and I'm thinking about doing it. Here's what it is. When you capture 10, or actually I was thinking 30 or 35 of these creatures, the Death Dog, you unlock on the arena the Life Dog. And the Life Dog will just be this trolley boss that, I need MP, that constantly regenerates and...
Takes more turns than you do.
Yeah, I'm trying to play. Takes more turns than you, so it's very fast, it regenerates, it has like healing moves, and just an annoying fight with a good reward. Like, if you manage to beat it, then you get a good reward. Chaos says, when adding creatures... I'm going to keep playing here. When adding creatures to the game, do you think that moves that would fit the theme of the monsters, or do you think of little gimmicks that would make the fights interesting? Both. I think both. I start with, like, okay, this is a... Let's say it's like a crow or a vulture. Then it's probably going to have a peck attack, right? It's going to have like a beak attack. So maybe so that would be piercing damage, and maybe it'd have like an element attack, like a wing flap. So then we do like a wind element. Maybe that would be an attack all the party, like in a whole action, where it hits everybody with a wing attack, wind element or something. And then maybe it's got like a claw scratch. And then I'll think like, okay, maybe we make a state for that crow that if the player has been scratched, they have like some sort of rabies type of attack of state. And then if you have rabies, then the wing buffet, or, the AoE will do more damage to them. So it's like a weak AoE, but if they have been scratched, then the AoE will do more damage. But then at the same time, make an item that will remove that rabies disease or something. Like, that was just a quick off-the-top idea of, like, how I would put together. I start with the first thing you said, fit the theme of the monster, and then I'll elaborate into adding something that might actually be a gimmick so that it can have some sort of strategy to it. And just use a ternary operator. Just use like a statement that checks to see if you're under the effects of this state, then do this thing, and if you're not, do something else. Oh, I meant to capture that. That's fine. Oh, that ballad is getting strong real quick. 100 MP to everybody. I might need to nerf it. Or I can make it cost more LP as well. Ah, I keep forgetting. I'm just like, kill it! I don't necessarily need to capture it. In fact, I could just change that variable, so it's not really a big deal at all. Who has enough? Okay, Driftwood has enough TP to learn auto regain. He doesn't necessarily need that very much. So I'm trying to figure out if I should do auto regen or auto regain. I think auto regen on Driftwood. And then for the Bard, auto refresh, definitely. That one's really good. And okay, we'll save the others. Hey Doc Weeze, what's up? Okay, sorry, I'm trying to read the chat here. Foe Requiem will be so strong once it gets used more. Once I use it more. Janpu Sorashu. Sorashu. Skylord says, have I played Skyforce? They remade it for mobile and it's a good game to try. Okay, that's good to know. Skyforce. I haven't played it. Maybe I have. I don't think so, though. Graceless said that's interesting. I didn't know that. Vino says, the real question is, at what age will you try to get her to design her first RPG Maker game? I think I lost the context in the chat trying to talk.
He's talking about Lily.
Ah, okay. I don't know when she wants to, if she ever does. Beat the life dog, get an item called Laifu no Waifu plus action turns. I'm thinking of something like it gives the player some sort of regeneration effect, similar to the one that the boss has. Maybe grants a new skill that grants like a regeneration to the party or something. I don't know. Alex Dorr, thanks for the subscription, and Bizmaster Studios, thank you for the 100 bits. Usually watch you on YouTube, but was streaming on Twitch and saw you. Haha, keep the awesome work. Cheer 100. Thank you so much. Slap the life dog with a zombie state and pretty much GG. Yeah, if you can inflict zombies, it's just going to kill itself, huh? That's the strategy there. Did you make a character based off of your kid or wife in your game yet? No.
No, he doesn't love us.
Shut up. I made all of the...
in Natural Explorers, probably.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to create a caricature of someone in real life. It's just probably not a good idea to do that in general. Yeah, I don't know what to say. All of the characters I've designed for this have been designed before I met T.
They're all
had a baby.
fictional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not actually anybody's. They're not based on any real people. Gosh, my brain doesn't want to work today. It's like, do you want to play the game or do you want to talk to people? Do you want to read? Do you want to think? You have to pick one. Nah, I don't want one of those. Thank you. Let's try to. Let's fight a Coast Piranha in the arena. Test things. See, their level is based on the number that you've captured, so I like that system. All right, what else do I need to do here? I need to, I suppose, level up and test new skills. Use the skills that I haven't quite used very often. Oh, I know what I need to do in game. I need to sail to the castle where you would finish the game. Like, usually in the previous version, before I added any of this new stuff, you would beat the dragon, right? And then you would go back to the castle, and then from the castle you'd be given the airship to like fly around. You could do stuff in Silkwater Pass, which we need to test stuff here too. I need to test to see if the farming system is broken, because I haven't messed with it since any of the version updates.
Don't worry, I'm okay.
Are you mocking me?
No.
What's happening over there?
I'm doing a little victory dance because my cutscene thing worked.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. No, I didn't. I didn't know. I was confused.
I write bugs into like every scene that I write, and I have to go back and fix them. So when they work the first time, I do a victory dance. That's all.
Cool. Yeah. So this is Lydia's farmstead, which you can get in here without Lydia. So this is areas given to her. So I don't know if I should put this in the story or just like, this has been granted to her by the king for helping. We don't have anything to plant actually, but this is a farming system I made 2.5 years ago. It's got 12 things that you can grow. And I think it's using some HemiWorks plugins to operate properly. So since I disabled all those plugins, I don't know if it's still going to work the same. Maybe I'm just using... Oh, right. What's happening is it's showing all of those things. As per before, it wouldn't show them because I had HemiWorks saying hide them. But it's just skipping past those script calls and showing them anyway because I disabled those plugins. Instead of crashing, it just ignores it. So that's good. Here's a cave, which I'm going to take this cave right here and actually move it from right here and put it onto the world map. I do have encounters here. Okay. That's good. Captured a werewolf. Get in my arena. So there's silver here, there's obsidian, there's mithril, and adamantium here. But what I should do is up the tiers by 1. Up the level of these ores by 1 so that, ooh, that critical. You saw the damage cap there is 9999. I could make an item, it's hard to obtain, that would let you break that damage cap to maybe 100,000. The way is shut. It looks like a cave-in. Okay, so that's like to the next area, but it doesn't go there yet because I haven't made it. So let's do that. Let's update this area and change its link. I'll save it first, though. Change the LP icon into a green circle and MP icon into a blue circle. Icon. Where? Where's the icon? Your skill icon. Okay, let's see. Skill icons. Your skill icon, Drifty. I don't know what skill you're talking about. The icon after the LP. What scene are they viewed at? Anyway, let me save it and do what I was going to do before I get too sidetracked. I don't mind changing icons if it fits better, but I just need to know what you're talking about, because I don't see any icons here. First thing we could do is change the link location from where it's at. Sound, a microphone. That's the Yeps skill plugin. He's saying the yellow-green circle icon, for example, 40 LP icon. Okay, maybe that's in the skill core. MP icon, TP icon, HP icon. Okay. 162, 165, 164. Let's look at that. One 162, 165, 164. Okay, I see what you're talking about. Let's find better icons completely. So for a HP icon, we'll use something else. We'll use this one. 673. And then for TP, 677. And then MP, we can use 681. 673, 677, 681. I'm going to forget them. 673. 677. And what was it, 684? Do you happen to remember what I just said?
677?
684?
I heard 677.
Well, I got that one.
Oh, okay.
73, 77, 84. 73, 77, 81, 681. Okay. For MP. 81 for MP. There we go. Good suggestion. I like it. Good stuff. Okay, the link to the caves, which is somewhere over here. Mining cave? Nope. Watching you work on this makes me miss the days of making creative skills in the database and get nothing done. Yep. All those tips and tricks videos where you mess with the buff state score for an hour and you finally get it right and you're like, oh yeah, I don't really have a game, but I did make this skill that is pretty awesome. It finally works right. I'm looking for the map for the cave that we went into. I'm going to update it a little bit. Dino's Cave? What did I actually call it though? The Earth Cave? We're just going to call it the Earth Cave. We're going to call it a mine. We're going to call it a rock mine. Or mine. We're just going to call it a mine. The mine. Because there's no map that's currently called the mines. They call it a mine. So there's werewolves here, rock turtles here. What other kinds of creatures would be inside of a mine? Yeah, I've already created. Or haven't created, because I do need to make more creatures too. Let's make a new creature that'll be in this mine. Like a higher level one. Because we're going to put higher level ore, so it makes sense to have higher level creatures. So let's make Troop 90 available here. And Troop 91 available here. And we'll say that their weight is 25, 25, 25. So it's just an equal chance to get any of those. Okay. I'll remember to do that. For the future, you can right-click on Plugin Parameter Text and choose Icon Set Viewer. Really? Oh, right. I think they added that not too long ago. Or one of the most recent updates. Or maybe it was 1.5 that did it. You can, like, right-click somewhere. Like if I'm in, I was in Skill Core. Then I can go here. Where was it? There was a, I know what you're talking about. It just opens up the icons. Like the list of icons. And it shows you your icon set. Just can't see where it's at now. Isn't it in the note box? I think in any note box. Plugin help? No. I don't know. I don't see it here. Is it in skills? Hey, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's a cool little feature. A rock lobster. Doc Weeze says he misses the tips and tricks from Yanfly. I wish Mog Hunter's LMBS had taken off more. Anyway, what I'd like to do here is take the mithril ore, put them where the silver ore is at. Well, I should start at the top. I need to take the silver and change those into a new, because we're going to take the lowest tier out and put in the higher tier. So the mithril will go here, and like down, like when you first walk in, you'll see mithril. You'll see veins of mithril. And then obsidian, adamantite will go here. Obsidian will be a little bit closer to the entrance. Three mithril, 3 obsidian, 3 adamantite. Right click on the text box at text plugin parameter. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, inside this box, in the parameter of the plugins, you right click inside here and you can say icon set viewer, and it shows you all the numbers. So that's convenient. That's a good little addition. So if you were inside the skill core and you're like, what icon do I want to use for my HP? You right click in here inside the text one. Instead of, it doesn't work in the number, but you go to the text one and you go to the icon set viewer and you can see. So that's good. That's really cool. Good tip. Alright, so you walk in, you've got mithrils, first and most convenient. Because when you walk out and come back in, they reset. So if you were just trying to get mithril, you can go in here, get those 3, walk out, come back. But you probably want to come in here to get the highest tier. So you'd walk in here, you would mine whatever other ones you want, but you'd make your way up to the top here, where I have the silvers. We're going to change the silvers to the next tier, which I haven't actually used yet. I haven't assigned for anything yet. What's the next tier above adamantite? It's, I think I made it like Diosite? It's all made up names. I may have to make a new icon for it. Let me look in my ranking of items, weapons and stuff. Bronze, iron, silver, mithril, obsidian, adamantite, nebesite. And nebesite is like a tealed color. Sort of like the adamantite, except a lighter color. A slightly different shade. So I think what I'll do is reskin some assets right now. So nebesite is like a teal color. If adamantite is a blue, then nebesite is a teal. So let me take, what is this, tile set B of the, I forgot whichever one it is. We're going to save what we got here, go into Photoshop. We're going to open inside our game IMG characters. No, tile sets. And let me change the view to extra large. Yeah. Right here. Let's take Dungeon B. And let's just go to the blending options. No, maybe I'll add an effect or something. Let's add an effect to it. Let's add a hue/saturation change to this right here. And let's just shift it a little bit. Because what colors would I need? Like this one would work for Nebisite. I'll need a yellow, which that could work as yellow. That could be yellow, and then this could be the Nebisite, so Deosite, Espergite could be right there. Otherwise, what are we going to use for the green one? So I need a yellow, new green, and a teal color one. -180 will shift it completely to its inverted. So let's go with that for right now. So I just like invert all of them, and that'd be a good starting point. Let's save this as, I don't want to overwrite it, we're going to save it as a PNG, and we'll call it Dungeon B underscore 180 hue shift. And we'll save it right in there. And now what we'll do is go into the tile sets for inside, or is it dungeon? For dungeon. And we'll add on the D the Dungeon B 180 hue shift. Just because we can. There's nothing there, so we'll hit OK. And you know, we could do it like that, but then if we want to move the event around, we have to draw it on the map again. And we can't like just draw it on the map, so this is not the best approach for it. Even though I'll keep this there, I actually need to create these as a character sheet. So the best way to do that would probably be a sprite. So should I do that? Okay, hold on. Let's go like this. I'm going to put on some grid. Let's set up my grid. And I need, what, 32 by 32? Or no, 48 by 48. Subdivisions, oh yeah, just 2. Actually, yeah, that's fine. So we have a grid here. And I will have snap to grid. I'll take this entire section, copy it. Can I use that as a character sheet? I have to like convert it a little bit. So let's open up a character sheet. Not a stretched one though, just a regular one. If I have any that are not. This one. Okay, and then I'm going to basically delete everything here. Bye. Okay, and then I'm going to paste. Wait, what? Oh, I'm copying the wrong layer. Okay, copy this layer. And then we're going to just paste this in here. I'm going to move this like this. Make sure that it's in a grid. But what I need to do is move them more. So like, oh darn it. Cut. Paste. 1, 2, 3, and then here's the next one. And then select. There may be a better way to do this. 1, 2, 3. Then we go back to select. Go to here. 1, 2, 3, and then those will be there. Oh wait, that won't work because I'm going to lose stuff there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here's another 1, 2, 3, 4. So we take those, go like this, copy this, move it, like so. And you can see what I'm doing now is I'm just creating a new sheet of recolored tile set that I can use as a character image, not a tile sheet necessarily. Cool. I have to remember not to save this. I save this as, because I don't want to overwrite monster PNG. This is going to be high level ores.png. Save that. And we'll have to use direction fix, and that'll stop me from having to copy paste, all that stuff. It'll save me some time if I just click the box direction fix. Now, we have that in order. Should be saved in the same spot, so I can just find the high level ores. Boom. And wait. It's not recoloring them? Excuse me? Oh wait, has that been recolored? Oh. So, okay, because I copied the base color. I need to copy this right here and paste this on it. Oh, gosh darn it. Let's copy this layer. Can't copy the mask. That's fine. I'll just add that again. So we can close this. We don't need it. Nope, don't need it. I'll just add it again here. So all I did was open up a hue. Hello, Photoshop. What is happening here? What? Okay, hold on. Sorry. This is being very weird with me right now. Hey Jacob, how are you doing? Hello Hunting Swan. So for some reason it's not letting me, like it's like bugging out or something. Is it because it's like currently being used for something? Let's close this. I don't think so. Hold on, let's just open high level ores again. Let's close it. Open high level ores. I should be able to.
Darkweez says it's because you're in index mode. You have to change to RGB.
Probably. Let me rasterize. Okay. I might have hit a button and changed a setting somewhere. How do I change my mode? Because it doesn't let me change anything here.
I don't know. I don't use Photoshop. I use GIMP because it's better.
Okay, that's helpful.
How do we go to RGB, Doc Weeze?
I can just go like this, too. It does the same thing. Ugh, no it doesn't. It destroys it. What is even... Oh, wait, what do we have to take this lock and throw it in the garbage? Or something like that? Take this locked thing and get rid of it. How do you do that? Why isn't it letting me do that? And like, it won't even let me create a new layer on this. So strange. You know what? Here's the problem. It's because it's like a PNG from the monsters.png. All I really have to do is copy this layer as is, again, file new, hit OK, paste it in here. Wait, let me check the image size, canvas size.
They have a solution on there, maybe we try to.
Yeah, I mean, I figured it out, I'm pretty sure. 480 by, was it 48 times, let me get my calculator. I think it's a pixel off here. 48 times 3 times 4, that's the width, so times 3 is the height. No, wait. 48 times 6. 288 on the height. Oh, it would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 48 times 8 is 38. So we need a height of 384. That looks better. No, a height of 384. Jeez. Okay, sorry. 48 times 3 times 4, that's 12. 48 times 12 is 576. Width of 576. Okay. Did I just mess it up? Yes, I did. Canvas size. Pixels. 576. Height. What was it? 384? Undo that. Canvas size. Let's go like this. I want to anchor the top left so that it goes to the top right. Hold on. I'm doing alright. 576 by 384. Okay, so change canvas size. 576, 384. Okay, perfect. Let's delete this whole background layer. Now, we'll be able to, because this is a new image, it's not a monsters.png that's on a different, that's using a different setting altogether. Where's my properties? You know, I normally know how to use Photoshop. I don't know what the deal is here.
They're saying you don't need to make a new file, you just change the mode. Right-click the image.
Well, I already did the things. Transform selection to what?
So it said,
Yeah, I
click
don't.
image and then click mode. I don't know. It says click image and then mode.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't use Photoshop.
Image, mode, indexed.
So you don't want it to be indexed.
Okay.
It's because it's indexed.
It's supposed to be
RGB.
RGB.
Yeah.
okay, that's it. That was literally the whole problem. But then I also lost my view of what I had on the side. It's not showing. Over here I had a button that I used. I liked where it was at, and it's always there, and now it's gone.
I know that feeling. I messed my GIMP up trying to show somebody how to use it once, and I still can't get it back to the way I had
Oh, God. It is a simple thing as, like, checking a box. Yes, it is Windows, Jacob. It's got to be in here. Good call. Style, swatches, it was one of these. Properties, nope. Windows. Styles. Adjustments. Yep, adjustments. For some reason it got popped out or something. Let's put it in here. There it is. Now we go hue saturation. Can you imagine the amount of trouble we have to go through? It seemed like it messed up the image. Is this because I'm so zoomed in? That's the way it's... I could have swore like our original image looked better than this. So here's the original, and then we're gonna take it and shift its hue like that. We get a yellow, we get a teal color-ish, and then that would be the Espergite one. Huh. Shifting it that far ruins it a little bit. What if we lower the saturation? No. This is like an orange. This is a lighter blue. This is more of a teal. But it still need a red, but I think we have that on. What if we just colorize and pick a color? Nah, I don't want to colorize. I want to have different colors. You know what? I've messed with it long enough. Let's just settle. I'll take it. Also delete the... Oh, we already deleted the background layer. Okay, let's save this as... Wait, what are we saying at? High level ores, yes. Save. Save it as a PNG and overwrite it. Yes, yes. Good enough, good enough. So now if we check high-level ores, it might still show the old one because I've loaded it into the RAM. But I know that when it loads... Nope, it updated. That'll work. So there we go. We changed this one to a new image. Hey, it took a little work, but, you know, we did it. The site ore. So we changed the label. Change the name, mine the nebusite. I don't want to change the battle background musics at all. Wait, I think I swapped this for another one. I'll check the... Yeah, I decided to just change them from here on out. So let's go to this map and look at what I have in here. Yep, so it's this one. Let's just take this whole section, copy this, and then we go back to the cave. Here. Just delete this, replace it with this. Oh, I know what I'll have to do is change all of them as well. Okay, I'm glad I noticed that. I'll change it. And then battle process, the Nebesite ore. You can escape. And then change it back to that. So I believe that is all good. And then we can just delete the silver one, wherever else the silver one is at. So there's no silver in here, it's too low of a level to copy this, put this over here, and put one of those right there. So there's the new high level ores available. Want to do one more thing, take all of these battle musics, and for each, oh, here was the other silver one. It was this. We can just delete this. We'll take this one and put it over here. So in here, take this battle music, and I think I'll just read it like this. Okay, so here, change this with that. Okay, that's all of them. Let's do the same thing with the next one. Copy this one. And start here. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we've upgraded the tiers on those. Also had to look at them for their music, to change the music as well. And now let's change the link. Okay, where does this actually go? It says it's going to go to the Grim Forest, which I don't think it's going to. I'm going to change it to connect to the world map. So the world map, it's going to go to here. So this is going to be the mine. The player would probably see this early, and then maybe it's a callback when you get the ship. You can actually go here when you have the boat, though. So no, because when you have the boat, you can go here. I'll make this be something else. There is this section over here. So we'll make this the mine. That's got the Nebesite ore. And then what we can do is have the player go into the next tier and deeper into the mine to get higher tier ores and newer, harder monsters. So this will be the ore mine type thing. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So we're going to fade to white and retain facing. Actually, we'll just force the player. Gosh. Face down. Okay, cool. And that's just a light? Yeah, that's just a light. What does this do? It's a purple hue. Actually, let's change that color to this new teal color. I'm going to type in hex color codes for teal color. And here's actual teal. It's, let's copy this, 008080. So we'll go here, change change this to that, and then change this to be teal hue. Okay, perfect. Let's close that. Let's make sure that I've got chat up. I'm not trying to ignore chat. But we got too many things. Photoshop. It just works. Anthony Browning says, I spent so much time editing images for Ganfly's Doodad plugin. Yep, that's a cool plugin too. Hey, Dehat135, how are you doing? Alright, so we've changed the link going out to the world map. So we should remove this here. This whole thing doesn't need to be here. This will be changed to, we'll keep the name of it, and we'll call it Collapsed Tunnel for now. And it won't have a transfer event. Actually, I won't do any of this. Just delete this. And we'll change this to action button because it's not doing anything. It's just you walk up, it'll say collapse tunnel. You can't go into it yet. And this is a dead end. This is all dead ends. I could put a chest here though, and a chest here. I feel like there needs to be some chests here and here. So by the time you get here, let's save me some time. Let's put a couple chests in town too. We need to throw down some more chests. There's not enough chests. Enough chesticles. So let's copy from here. Start at the top. There's enough here. I didn't. Yep, there's chests. I put. There's lots of collectibles here, and then there's a few chests here. This is fine. In this town, there's a chest here. There's lots of blueberries you can pick. I could put another chest up here behind this tree. And what will it be? I don't know, 1,000 gold is easy. Why not? Just 1,000 gold. Where else can we throw some chests? Pyramids got them. Here we go. This is closer to. Don't need chests here. This is the farm area. Inside here, there could be a chest. There should be a chest right here. But not 1,000 gold. Something else. What do we want to award the player right here when we get to the farmstead? Maybe a weapon for Lydia. I mean, you won't actually have her yet, so it won't help you too much to get it yet. I mean, you'll have her and then have lost her due to cutscenes. So we could... We could just put a Diosite dagger. I mean, that's the next tier above Nebesite. So yeah, we'll do that. I do want to check the number. So it'd be IW58. So you have obtained /IW58. And that way it'll show the icon and the name. But not the gold. Okay, and we'll copy this. Let's see, what about right here? There needs to be a couple chests here. One here, and then one down here. But what would we get here? Maybe not a weapon. Or a pickaxe, yeah. An adamantium pickaxe. That would be IW24. That's a good one. Okay. And we'll copy this. We'll paste one right here, and this will give us maybe an armor instead of a weapon. Let's add an armor here. Maybe a special accessory or something. A Tome of Earth Resist. Perfect. That is IA 165. That'll reduce the amount of earth damage you take by 25%. And tomes, at this point you've only found one. The player would have only found one. So I could throw some more of these tomes out. It's a slot that you don't have to like give up your accessory for. It's another slot. Just adds resistances. Chestception. Let's copy this. And if you go there and there, is there a reason to go up here yet? There's not. So what we can do is put a chest over here. Right there. In fact, we'll leave the Earth Resist Tome on that one and change this one to something else. Nature Resist. So you get 2 tomes if you come up here. That is 171. Definitely worth coming up here now because besides a few blueberries, you get an adamantium pickaxe and a couple of tomes. Otherwise, it's a big map with no reason to go. You'll walk across this map, and I believe there's encounters. There's no encounters. There should be encounters. Let's make it not super grindy. Let's say 60. And this will be forest. Forest hills. I don't know. And let's add some creatures that you can get attacked by. A Minotaur. Uruks are everywhere, so let's put these guys out. Mercenaries could be everywhere, so they can be here. No sewer creatures. Jungle? I mean, this is kind of like a forest, not a jungle. Wildebeests can be anywhere. We'll put these out here. We'll put toxic shrooms out here. There's some shrooms that go in the forest. A rock turtle and a toxic shroom. Yeah, that could be an encounter. I still have this named watermelon worm. I gotta change that. And I think that's good. Climber frog and a toxic shroom. There we go. Let's change that in the database, the troops. So I changed the name of one of the creatures, so all of the things that use its old name still have its old name. There we go. I'm going to do a quick update before I forget. Dispersed more chests around the world. Updated the skill icons for HP, MP, TP. Let's not forget our grammar. Added new resources. Added a new ore. It's a high level ore resource. Allowed the K on it, Nebusite, to be mined from the mine. Changed the connecting Xfers transfers to and from the mine. Move some various events around. Just small little things, whatever I can remember that I do. I try to keep a little log, so when I look at this, like weeks or months from now, I can have an idea of the changes I made. DVD says, anyone have a solution for doing elevation change going down from north to south? Every time I do, elevation drops that would face north or just up. It looks funky as hell. Do an elevation change. You know what you could do? Just an idea. Yanfly has a jump core, or maybe it's the movement route core, or smart jump. I think it's something like that. There's a plugin. Maybe use both. Yanfly's move route core and smart jump to, when you go down from a cliff, make it just seem like a jump, and you don't just go straight down. Make it so that you go down and to the left a little bit, or down and to the right a little bit, and maybe add a little pew or some kind of sound effect, right? So that it looks more like you're jumping down. I don't know. That looks good. Now it's definitely worth coming up here, even though we closed off the mine from here. This is just a abandoned, collapsed tunnel. We could use it later, but for now, maybe in the storyline it'll open up at some point. It's definitely worth coming to get an adamantium pickaxe and a couple of tomes and a few miscellaneous berries. The mine has been set up. We need to go to the world map. They call it a mine. And we'll copy this and make it so that when the player, which once they get the ship, they can come here, it will say to the mines. And it will teleport you to the mines. Right here. Fade to black. Facing up. Expert to the mines. Make sure that this is a player touch. It is below. Okay. Another thing done. Hey, we're making progress. It's coming together, man. Heck yeah. Oh yeah, I added this off camera. I added a new continent. It's not really a continent, it's more of an island. It's just a little island, because, I mean, at this point in the game, at the end, you have the ship. Zoom out a bit. You have the ship, and the ship will let you get to pretty much any point, any place. The ship, there's no place that you can't get with the ship. So I'm thinking there needs to be some place that you cannot get with the ship. So I made an island that you have to have the airship to get to. So the ultimate end game would be, once you have the ship, find out how to get an airship, and then go to this place, which would be the last boss, or the last, or it could be, you know, like your ultimate, this is where you get your best weapons, or one reason or another you have to go here, probably for the storyline, and then, so you land your ship here, 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 or even here, and you walk in here, and there's like this tower, you climb a tower, you fight the boss at the end, then you save, that's how you win the game. Of course, the storyline hasn't been produced up to that point. It's only, you start in this little town, and you do some storyline here, there's optional stuff, you go into the caves, you either come out right here or right here. This, also, now we have a bug, because when you can enter the sewers on this side. Oh, I know what I can do. I have to fix a bug I created. Exfer to west sewers. Let me fix this before I lose my train of thought. So, T made a really cool map for the sewers, for the north sewers, but hasn't made the one for the west sewers yet. So I blocked off the west sewers, and you just can't go to this map. Instead, you go to this map when you go north. But you could, from here, go left, and normally you'd be able to go into this west side sewers. But I blocked it off so that you can't. So what I need to do is after... when should you be able to go into the sewers like this? After you get to Lydia's scene. So I need to make some checks and make the teleports, put them back in so that you can see this map, but only after you've rescued. So this still works on this side, but on this side, I disabled it. So I just put a movement route. Nope, you walk back. What we can do is copy this page, and this would be a bug in itself because I forgot to take off the zoom, so it's a good thing I looked at this 2 bugs. Copy this, paste this here. On this one, we don't do any zoom, and we don't do any weight, and we don't actually do that. So at the beginning, you can't go this route. In fact, it just makes you move right. But then, if you've rescued Lydia, I don't know what switch that is, but we'll figure it out. Castle defended. I imagine it's that one. A dead soldier, King's Room, Tiana faints, Quest for the Cure. Okay. And then got Arturus, we'll be back. Quest for the Cure. So once Quest for the Cure is on, you'll be able to get into the sewers and come back this way. So I need to change this to be a transfer. New transfer. Transfer the player from here to the west side sewers here. And then I will delete this event, copy this event, paste it here, changing one thing, just this so that it's not here, but here instead. And you can retain direction, that's fine. Let's double check when Quest for the Cure is turned on. I believe that is maybe at the castle after we rescue the stuff. Rescue the castle from yada yada yada. Maybe you talk to her. When is... Okay, this is the... Okay, so this is triggered when Quest for the Cure is turned. The nurse said she's contracted disease, yada yada yada. Marsh decay. Okay, so this is after you save the castle and you get Arturus. Now, I would normally need to wait a little bit longer, but there's a thing that happens on the world map right here. You can't actually get into this entrance because when you walk right here, it auto runs an event with Lydia. So the first time you'll be able to walk into here will be after you have Lydia. So I don't need to make this require anything because the switch will be on by the time you're able to even get here anyway. So, yeah, I mean, that's fine. If you somehow manage to cheat your way and get into here before you've defended the castle and started the quest and got Lydia, then the only thing that it will cause, the only bug that it will cause is inside the sewer, you'll be able to enter the west side, and depending on if you beat this or not, how early you've cheated your way here, I don't know how you could, but whatever, this would be here. If not, you would be able to walk and go in from here to transfer into the sewers right here. But you wouldn't be able to walk back. Instead, you'd have to walk north or south, or exit here. Which this will let you go to the Rustam slums if you beat the sewer mutant. So you can go back into the town after you beat the sewer mutant. So, did I make a check as balance for that? Will this disappear after? I did. So if you beat the sewer mutant, all of these guys are gone. So you can come back here and pick up the stuff that you didn't get if you forgot them. So I made it so that you can come back to this. Yeah, thanks for coming on, Chaos. It's good to have you. It's good to have you here talking and interacting, and I appreciate it. Oh, you like that solution DVD? Cool. It was just an idea. Move route core is really good, and then the smart jump is useful if you're going to be doing like scaling cliffs and stuff. And a lot of it is just flavoring it right, and making it. Maybe you have to move to the right or the left a little bit to give a sense of like change the perception of it. Can you see my plugin list? Sure. I've updated them, so it is 1.62 now, and using mostly Yanfly plugins. Core Engine, I did an episode where I read them all, so I'm going to just let you see them for a second, and then I'm going to scroll down now, and I'll show you some more, and I'll let you see these, and you can pause it if you want, and then I'm going to scroll down now, and then I'm going to go to here, and let you see these, and scroll down some more right about now. And then I'll wait a second and let you see these, and scroll down right about now. And then finally, wait, give this a second, and then that's the end. The element core, why is it at the bottom? It needs to be not at the bottom. Did I have 2 instances of it? Is that causing an issue? Element core is part of the damage core, right? Or does element core, let me look at it. It needs to be under the damage core and the battle engine core. So, under the battle engine, under the damage, I'll just put it right there. Okay. Should be fine. No galves, not for this one. I use Galv's plugin in the Natural Explorers game. I started this project a long time ago, and I don't want to just. I'm not like overhauling it. I'm just adding more to it and bringing it up to date. I like Galv's message style. I like a lot of Galv's plugins. Layer graphics is good. The message styles is really good. Okay, so where are we at now? We fixed a few bugs with transfer events. I can record that. Fixed a few transfer event bugs. I should not do that. Transfer event bugs. Okay. Maybe we add an enemy. Let's put a new enemy out and add it to the whole system, the whole monster arena system. This map doesn't exist. It doesn't work because the plugins don't work for it. But it was really beautiful using Panda Maru stuff by Noob KX. These maps are no longer used right here because I got rid of the hireling system. I mean, for now, I'll remake it eventually, but probably not in the first update push. Some new cutscenes. And then here's the arena system. Okay, new enemy. Let's add a new enemy. Yeah, I do need to add a new enemy. And this enemy is going to be inside the mines. So it'll be like on the par of a death dog as far as level is concerned. But it may not have like an instant kill move. So let's copy the death dog over and just change stuff, change stats a little bit. Maybe Chimera. I don't think I put a Chimera in the game yet. Yeah, let's go with a Chimera. And we'll call this a A mine chimera. No. It's, names of a creature. Am I going to have to go to fantasy name generator? Creature names. This is going to be... Does it exist? Let me check something, because I got some links here. Let me find it. Oh, I put it in game dev, because it works in multiple games. There we go. I linked it as staff name generator, but this is such a good website, fantasy name generators. Let's see if they have, for fantasy names, dragon names. Sure, let's go with dragon names. Male names, neutral names. That's for a boss, though. You know, that's for a boss. Let's not make it a boss fight here. We're gonna just go with like enemy names, simple enemy names. These are all very specific. Okay. Evil names. Evil names. No. I'm looking for a generic name though. This is very specific names. So let's go with like maybe type. Other names. Other names. Let's go with like... What about creature? Are there creature names? Bug species names? If you haven't used this website before, it's really cool. Mutant plant names? Familiar types. Let's just click on this. Enchanted Wolpertinger. Magical Parrot. Corporal Beaver. This is something. This is close enough. A Fell Dodo. Ethereal Golem. A Fae. And we can interchange these two. Celestial, Clockwork, Physical, Astral. A Physical Pony. Let's go with Astral something. We can make up a name too. Yeah, let's go with Astral. Astral Chimera. We're so creative. Let's give ourselves a big pat on the back for that one. Fell Dodo. I'm dying. My vote is for Fell Dodo. You know what? We're going to call it a Fell Dodo. GSHU Ford. What's up, Ford? How you doing? Yep, this is the Fell Dodo, guys. Do we already have a dodo? I don't think so. This is a failed dodo. And it's going to have 3200 base, 300 MP. It's going to have a 90 attack, 85 defense, 85 magic attack, 80 magic defense, 70 agility and 70 luck. And this will be worth a little bit more, we'll say 280. And we have to give it some of its own stuff. we're going to scale it. We'll keep most of this the same. This traits will be different though. So let's just delete this, 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 and this. All those traits. We're going to delete these skills because that was the last thing. So we got to give it, also we need to give it different drops. So inside of here, we'll actually make a 1 out of 5 Tentacure. That's a good drop. Get some MP from it. So we'll make this one a Spellcaster actually. Let's go 80 attack and 95 magic attack. There's a lot of, I don't know, yeah, there's definitely a good number of Spellcasters in the game. And this will give maybe an Astral enchant. Well, we called it a Dodo. So we'll give it a Venom enchant. Yeah. And then a... As for the rare drop, 1 out of 100, we will give it a... MP cost minus 15% enchantment. That's a good one. Doing good, seeing what other people are doing in the RPG Maker series. How's the project? It's coming along very nicely. I'm very happy with the progress we've made on this project. I thought I would have already had an update pushed out, but I want like a very cohesive, bug-tested, good chunk before I send out links and have to say, oh yeah, quick emergency update, which is going to happen eventually anyway, I know, but I want to try to get out all of the bugs I can before I push a big update and put it on itch and all that stuff. And it's getting there. It's getting a lot better. Okay, so this creature will have an extra type of element attack. He will hit with Venom. He has a Venom attack. And his element rate will be, he takes half damage from Venom. He takes extra damage from, let's say Astral. So he takes 50% extra Astral damage. He'll take 25% less nature damage. But then he will also take 25% extra thunder damage. Yeah, there's not enough things in heroes. He is taking, let's see, 75. So he takes 25% less water damage, but then he will take 25% more sonic damage. Okay, so he's got some things going on. Some weaknesses and some strengths. Weak to Astral, slightly weak to Thunder and Sonic. Strong against Venom, slightly strong against Water and Nature. Good enough. So we'll have him cast Venom, Water, Nature damage spells. Let's give him one of each of these three. So let's create some new skills for him. I feel like an Aqua Breath needs to be a thing. I feel like we need to add an Aqua Breath. So let's go ahead and go here and put in Aqua, I can't just say, I don't want to just be like Aqua Breath, but Aqua Wind. There you go. Aqua Wind, and it will have this little icon. It will be a magic type on all enemies. Occasion battle screen. It will cost 35 MP. Nope, 50 MP. He's only going to be able to do it 6 times. But he'll have other spells too, so maybe I should drop that down. He'll have more MP. Let's do Aqua. This should be 50 actually, because it's going to be like pretty strong. But the enemy will have more MP, so he'll have 500 MP. Okay, and it will be HP damage of the water type. Aqua Wind. You would think it would be wind damage, but you know what we can do is we have Yanfly's element core. We can just make it do both elements because we can do that. So let's go here, and go multiple elements. Copy this. This adds this element to the skill. So we're going to put in multiple elements tag and go to the types, and for the wind is 7. So here we'll just put in multiple elements 7. So it is a water type, but it is also a wind type. So that works fine. I'm going to give it another strength against wind as well. So it takes 25% less wind damage as well. Alright, deals slash I-67 water and slash I, which one is wind? It is slash I-69 wind, giggity. I-69 wind damage to all enemies. Short, simple. This one, I'm going to say it can't critical, but we'll give it a custom animation. A dot, we'll just start with the base value of 150 plus A dot ATK times 4 plus A dot MAT times 6. Holy crap, that's strong. Let's say attack times 3, magic attack times 6, minus B dot MDF. Yeah. Actually, also minus B dot AGI, just because I want to, if you can move out of the way fast enough, take less damage. Don't need to justify it, but whatever. Let's give it an animation. For this, I'm going to tap into a resource that I think everybody should be doing. Look at your previous games that you've worked on, and use the resources you've made in those games to make your next game or whatever you're working on that much better. So I'm going to go here, RPG Maker MV, and you can open multiple instances of RPG Maker just by going into the game folder and double clicking on the game.rpg project, and it'll open up another instance if you already have one open. Aqua Feather, Tornado Squawk, River of Feathers, Jet Beak. Well, we already called it Aqua Wind and gave it 2 elements, so I'm going to stay with that, but I like the River of Feathers and Tornado Squawk and Jet Beak. Those are all good stuff. All good names. So one thing at a time. We've loaded another project. So let's look at this project, open the database, go to some animation resources that I've already made. I've got a lot of them. Let's just find some kind of water-like effect, or even something that's close enough, and we can change it up. What if we take, like, what if we take this and change the images? So let's go to animation, go here, and paste this in here, and change the name, and we'll call it Aqua Wind. And we just change the animation to like a water animation. I like it. What about the heel 6? Let's change that to be something else. Like maybe this. Hey, it looks really good. Are we getting anything from that second tab here? I'm trying to figure out. Oh yeah, it is. It's the little disbursement of like little things. That looks really good. Let's change this so that on this one we have a water effect, sound effect. There we go. Perfect. Let's assign that. And Viola. We have it. We'll need to test it for strength, and if it's too strong or too weak. Okay, so that's one. Let's award that skill to our new enemy. feel like it shouldn't have a high rating. That won't be its main attack because it'll be too strong. Let's give it, it's got a snake head. It's not quite a chimera, is it? I mean, it's got like this giant bird snake head, but it's not, I don't know, it's kind of like a beak, but it's kind of also like a snake. And then it has a lion's bite face. So let's call it, Tornado Squawk. Jet Beak. I mean, I like that. Let's go with Jet Beak. We'll make it, we'll make it its basic attack, Jet Beak. And let's just take whatever icon we can find that fits close enough. Jet Beak. I need to throw some new icons in here at some point. Not a lot, is there? I don't have to update it. We're just gonna go like this. Jet Beak. Deal a basic melee attack to your target. And we'll take the, so it's 147. We'll take the basic attack animation, action sequence. Copy it. Let's go to Jet Beak, 147. Paste it in here. We'll say uses. Make sure this is action animation here. Motion attack action animation. So it'll play what we put here, not like a basic attack. Let's give it a new animation for this one. This should be easy. We'll do the same thing. Find something. This is a little bit more lenient. We just need something that kind of hits. Nope, something quick like a whoosh or psh. Like less is more here when you're looking for a basic attack. Nope, too much. Let's go up a bit. I mean, let's go with that. It's a little long, kind of weird. I think I handcrafted or something. Or maybe I just added two things. I'll change the sound effect. Okay. Take that one. Go to animations. Put this here. I don't want this sound effect. I want something more like a piercing sound, maybe a sword. Yep. There we go. And maybe not on that far. Let's go at 6, 7. Yep, and that we'll call it. What do we call it? Something beak. Beak rush. Jet beak. Okay, skills. Jet beak. It's got that animation. Aqua Wind doesn't need action sequence because it's just going to use an animation. This is going to go up to the thing and do the jet beak, and this will generate TP, so it will just give like 15 TP, or we'll say 20 TP. And occasion battle screen, one enemy. This is the physical attack, so it's a special. All right, focus and tech. Right, what am I using here? Why do I have so many types? Magic, and wait, what about the things that are not? I'm saying tech, okay. Okay, So it's got a basic attack. Let's assign it its basic attack. Making enemies is so labor intensive. You have to. It takes a lot of creativity to come up with new things, and then you got to make the animations. And even if it's the same like numbers and stuff, you want different animations and sound effects because it feels too samey if you don't. And then all your enemies feel the same. So if you want them to do, if you want to make good creatures, you really need to make all your own custom skills and stuff. Give it like certain resistances, certain weaknesses, and then of course balance the stats and award items that make it worth fighting, but also not, too good. This is a really good enchantment, but it means you have to kill 100 to get it, approximately. So, yeah, I mean, it's fine. I'll even award more items later on for it. For now, it might even, let's go 290. So it's the most experience giving common enemy in the game right now. A fail dodo, strongest creature ever. Let's give it another skill, maybe something with nature damage or venom damage or both. So let's go with we're going to call it Crumbling Nature. I don't know what I'm doing. Deal nature damage and reduce deal nature damage that reduces defense and magic defense by 30%. So we'll make a new state for this one. Crumbling Nature will be a tech move that costs 40 TP, so it has to at least hit twice or get hit a bunch of times. We'll say 30. So it has to either get hit a couple times and land a hit before it's able to do it, and it won't be able to spam it consistently. It might still do it a lot though. Anyway, it'll require TP. So we'll say battle screen only. One enemy is a type of tech. It is a physical attack that will say uses Crumbling Nature, and we'll add a state. It's icon 1077. So go to states. We'll add a state called Crumbling Nature. Doesn't let you put numbers in. Okay. 1077. Where's it at? Oh, it's right here. And then this state will be removed at the end of battle. Actually, no, it won't. It'll just be removed after 5 turns. And what it'll do is change your parameters so that your defense goes to 70% of what it normally is, and your magic defense goes to 70% of what it normally is. And we can have it do a DOT if we want to. I feel like it's strong enough without any extra DOT. We'll have it deal damage, but then, and state. Change this, add the state. So go to skills. Here we'll say that it's got a 100% chance to add Crumbling Nature on hit. And it'll do HP damage, and it'll do nature damage, but we'll also have it deal multiple elements. And have it deal venom damage as well. Let's go to types. Venom is 11, so we'll go here, type in 11 here. Multiple elements, so it'll do venom and nature damage, and it will add that state. The formula will be 200 plus A.ATK, oops, ATK, gosh, excuse me, A.ATK times 6 plus A.MAT times 2 minus B.DEF minus B.MDF. It can critical, we'll say. And let's give it an animation of its own. jet beak. I say 437 animation. 437. Let's go here and find something for this type of hit. I think that looks cool. Let's take this, but then change the images that it's using, and maybe even the sound effect as well. So we'll paste this in here. Let's change Thunder 1 to be something else. I don't know what else. Maybe this, but green. How's that look? That looks stupid. Let's do something different. We'll put this to center. And actually, so far it doesn't. I like it. Let's change the sound effects though. Doesn't have to have a slash. It's more of like a watery, poisonous type of. Like that. Let's put this on frame 1. And then frame 2, we don't have a thunder sound effect, but instead a some kind of other paralyze, yeah, maybe that. Also, let's take away the screen flash, make it a target flash, and make it more green. Same thing with this, make it more green. Get rid of the thunder and make it something else. Fog. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, that'll work. And we'll change this to say, what was the name of the move? Crumbling Nature. And we'll actually give it an action sequence too, because we're making it a physical attack, so let's make it a physical pony. Okay, so he just goes over to him and does it. And I think that's good. Let's go to the enemy. See, this guy, there's no like gimmick. There's just like themed skills. Where did I put him? Crumbling Nature before. Alright, so it's going to do Jet Beak most of the time, and it'll do Aqua Wind at the same rate as Crumbling Nature, but it will only be able to do Aqua Wind. I suppose it'll be able to do it 10 times because it's got 500. Let's change this to 400. 8 times. Of course, it shouldn't be alive that long. Let's say 350, 7 times. Nope, 300. 6 times. 6 Aqua Winds. Which, yeah, it shouldn't be doing that very often. I don't know what I'm saying. It just shouldn't be able to do it that many times, but it should also be dead before it has a chance to do it that many times. Crumbling Nature will only do when it has the TP, which it'll generate from using Jet Beak. So it's simple. There's no gimmicky states here. It's just or gimmicky things going on here. Just added some skills, and magical hit everybody, a basic attack that does damage, and a basic attack that requires TP, but it also inflicts a state that can reduce their defense and magic defense down. So they can still be dangerous. So we've got these creatures. Let's go to the troops and add 90, where we add. We'll have to copy paste and do some of this stuff too. So we got the Fell Dodo. We're going to add him right here, auto name, and we're going to add 2 of them, like that. And we'll have to do a couple more. So we're going to go to enemies. We're going to copy the Fell Dodo. A couple more things. Almost done though. A couple more things with the Fell Dodo. We go to the arena versions of the enemy because we're going to allow the player to capture these. So we have to go to the arena. Paste it here, and then this will be the arena version, which is essentially the same thing, but it'll have a different ID. So then we're going to find the ID of this enemy, which is 54. We're going to go to the skill of capture. So I'll go here, Control F, find capture. and then inside here where we've got the code, we're going to copy the last conditional. Come on, copy. Paste that in here and change the ID of this to look for enemy number 54. And then if it finds that, we're going to assign a new variable, and we've captured a fail dodo. We need to assign the next variable 219 and change 219. So let's also go into the common events and set that up. So right here, go to control variables real quickly, and make sure that 219 is not used for anything else. It's fine, so we'll say captured fail dodo. And 219 is not being used for anything else. So we'll hit OK, but we're going to delete that because it doesn't really, actually don't need this either. That was some test. Now we need to go to the arena event and make another condition. So inside our show choices, right, where's our last show choice? Battle processing. Show choices. Okay, so the last choice says none. So we're going to edit this so that none is on the second option. Our cancel option is 2, and now we put the fail dodo here. And this is actually going to be option 19. So we'll have to add another thing over here, conditional branch at the top that says if variable 219 is less than 1, then we're going to hide choice 19. And then we have to make the opposite true at the end. No matter what, at the end of this, don't hide choice 19. Now, I don't think there are any other events in the game that has 19 or more choices, but for the sake of consistency and continuity, we kind of just do that anyway. And future-proofing any issue to fix any issues. So there's still one more thing I have to do. So we're given the option for fail dodo, but we need to cut what happens when you select option 19 or 18 right here. So if you say none, you get your emblem back, because remember you have to use your emblem to enter this common event. But when you say fail dodo, what we're going to do is show an animation. We're basically going to copy paste for every other thing that happens here. So when you say fail dodo, it's going to play the animation. It's going to control the variable. This is going to handle the level of the creature that you're fighting. So we're going to change this to the new 219 one and adjust the enemy level mod to set it to the level of the amount of fail dodos you've captured. Multiply that by 3 and then start the battle processing with a. We have to make 219, which will be the fail dodo arena fight. So can't forget to do that. Let's do that right now. Troops, 219. And then we go here and we go to the arena version of the fail dodo. Unscalable. Here's the arena one. Boom. Go back to the common event. And so we start a fight with the arena version of the fail dodo. And why do we have 2 different versions? Because we need them to have separate IDs, because we don't want the player to be able to capture monsters that they've already captured that are in the arena. Otherwise you'd capture it once and you just fight the same thing in the arena, capturing it over and over and over. So you just copy paste them, create their own troops so that they're on the skill when you capture and kill them with it. It doesn't actually recognize it as the same creature, because it has a different creature ID, even though it's essentially the same creature. And then we say we've been awarded. We have to change the text so that it's reading variable 219 instead of 218. And then we change the actual amount of tokens you get to read the new variable that we've assigned for the new creature. So we have to do that for every new creature we want to add to the arena. But now that we've got this whole system set up, I can do it much, much quicker than the first time. When you're designing the system, it takes forever. But by the time you've got it down, you're just expanding upon it, and it becomes easier to add to it. So that's it. We do need to test the creature. I'm not going to do too much testing on it. I'm going to create an event right here. Yeah, I can run from battle. So I'll create an event right here, it should have updated and allow me to capture them here. But what I'll do is I'll make a sample thing that starts a battle processing with the Feldodo real quick. Can't escape, can't lose. It is going to be same and then action button, and then it will, once we've captured it, we'll be able to fight it in here. We need to make sure we can do that. And I'll just load my most recent highest level characters. So let's continue. Oh hey, the Nebicide's there. Let's make sure this works too. And it's there, the Nebicide are cool. Let's retreat. What I want to do is use some repels. Let's use the greater repel. So now we won't get into a fight for, I forget how many steps, it's like 300 or something. Oh, wait. I forgot, I changed the location of... Okay, I can fix it. We changed the transfer, right? So our ship is not where it's supposed to be. But I can fix this real quick. Make a temporary event just like this one is. Nope, nope. Over here. And then when I step on this event right here, below character's action button, it will set the change vehicle position. Wherever that's at. Set vehicle location of your ship to be right here. Okay. And I'll delete this event. I mean, if it did somehow manage, I'll actually need to give it something so that I know to delete it. No, just a dog. A dog. That's gonna be the dog. And then I talk to the dog, we get our ship, I save the game, we delete this event. That's it, okay. We should still have our repel. I guess this is a good test to see if the repel stays through saves and loads. It should tell me when it wears off as well. Oh. Oh, here it is. Okay. Let's save it right here, in case we just die, because we're going to test it real quick. No worries, Skepsis. Hey, Dennis. Hey, Games for Live. Alright, let's see. We'll start off with a... Okay, I see the icons. It looks way better. I'm glad that somebody mentioned it to me today. Defense bonus. Let's do a bleed strike. And shock shot. Weak to lightning. They're actually weak to sonic damage. It was a miss. It's not doing anything. It's slow. Crumbling nature. And it didn't do its animation. Okay. I forgot to set the animation to the skill. We made it, and we didn't actually assign it to the skill. Not a big deal. Crumbling nature. What? Animation. Oh, the action sequence says attack animation instead of action animation. There we go. That was a problem. Also, the enemy felt really slow. Let's give it a lot more agility. Didn't have a lot of HP, which is okay. But it felt kind of slow. I felt like it should have went maybe before us. I mean, at this point. Let's do, magic defense on the party. Still feels very slow. Didn't even get an action. Let's just have it do moves. What? Why did Jet Beak deal no damage? So that works good. Jet Beak is dealing no damage. Let's take a look at that skill. Actually, I should just close it. Okay, skill. Oh, because I didn't give it a damage formula, so that would make sense. This will be a normal attack. Actually, we'll give it a physical attack. Physical pony. We're going to give it 250 plus A.ATK times 8, and that's it. Is that too much? 6, 7, no 8. Can critical. Let's test it again. It may need more HP, just a little bit. Hey Lumpy-chan, how are you doing? Let's go with this one, TP. Probably needs a little more HP. Because it's not as fast as the party is at this point. So it just gets, and it's, yeah, alright. Needs to survive one volley, I think. Let's go with 4,500. Death Dogs seem like they have more. What is it that's causing them to survive so much longer? Oh, I know what's happening, guys. Oh my god. So what's happening is on this specific map, I've got Yanfly's map enemy levels. So they're being scaled down a lot. Let me take the HP back away, lowers agility back down a bit. I need to take the battle outside of the arena. There's not supposed to be battles here because of this. I'll show you. Enemy level base variable. So it's changing it to like 0 or 1. So it seems super easy because it's being changed, but whatever. We'll just go right outside of the igloo, the arena, and paste it right there to test it out here, where there's no enemy level manipulation, just to see. I was like, what is wrong? Why does it feel so easy? Because it is. It's being scaled down dramatically because of that tag. Here is the actual test. Okay, let's try again. Let's do the magic defense, because I'm sure we're going to get hit with a tough magic attack. Aqua Wind. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's too strong. But, but yeah, okay. That was with the magic defense bonus. So let's drop his magic attack a little bit and the skill a little bit. So the Aqua Wind, it's just too much. Let's go 100 plus attack times 2 plus magic attack times 5. Minus, minus. Because it's going to be multiplied. So Jet Beak and this one, they can be stronger because they're single target. This one needs to be less because it is a target all. Okay, so we've dropped the damage on that a little bit. Let's try again. We're almost there. I actually got to end the stream pretty soon, guys, so we're going to test this. Once we get this feeling close to all right, I'm sure we'll change the numbers a little bit more later on. But thank you guys for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. If you like what I do here, you could always support the channel by backing me on Patreon. You can give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already. That's always appreciated. And come hang out on Discord. Okay, Jetbeak is strong, but this guy's not supposed to be easy either. And we have plenty of ways to bring characters back. So Crumbly Nature is pretty weak. Of course, that's on Arcturus. And different armors and things will adjust the rates of damage. So he feels like he's got a lot of HP now. So I'll drop his HP and his... well, I need to get hit by his magic attack. Okay, that feels right. That feels good. Okay. We'll drop his HP just a little bit. Fighting two of these, you're probably going to want to run away right off the bat. Crumbling Nature doesn't do a lot of damage, but lowering the defense and magic defense, I'm sure it makes a difference. So increase the damage dealt by Crumbling Nature by a little bit. Cool. Okay. Crumbling Nature can have a little bit more damage. We'll say +3 on this, +5 on this, +250. It's nature and venom damage. Jet Beak, we'll say it's 200 plus attack times 8. And then on the enemy itself, let's reduce from 3,200 to 3,000. I think makes it a little bit easier. And maybe drop his defense a little bit. So it's just like straight 80s, but with 90 magic attack. And we can make him a little bit more worth it by just giving him 300 and 300. Guys, I gotta go. Thank you so much for coming to the live stream. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Remember to stay awesome. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time. 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dennis, thanks for coming. Limpy Chan, Skepsis, Games for Life, Doc Weeze, DVD, Anthony Browning, DeHat135, Jacob Mann. I think I already said Doc Weeze. Everybody who's saying stuff earlier, thank you so much for coming. Dr. Vile, Graceless Gaming, Epic Midina, Cloud, Volpe, T. Yep. I said it right when you said I got you. Renzo, thanks for coming. Shadow Lord, ZL, Shabetto, everybody else. Thank you so much. Everybody, Chaos Control on the Twitch side of things. Thank you so much for coming. Hunting Swan and G. Shoe Ford. Appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wrath of Wood. Hello and goodbye. Aloha, right?